Revised K-10 Curriculum, Quarter 2, Week 2, Mathematics 5. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting and sometimes tricky topics in math, dividing fractions. In this video, you will learn how to divide fractions using models, how to divide a fraction by another fraction using the keep, change, flip method, and how to solve real-world problems involving fraction division. Whether you're a student, a fellow teacher, or just someone brushing up on your math skills, this lesson will help you understand fraction division in a clear, simple, and fun way. So grab your paper, your pencils, and let's break down those fractions together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you won't miss any of our math adventures. Before we move to our lesson for today, let us first recall what is the rule for multiplying fractions. So in multiplying fractions, we simply multiply both the numerators and do the same on their denominators. And to revisit the skill that we already learned, let us solve the following. Perform the indicated operations. Letter A, 1/2 times 3/4. So multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 1 times 3 equals 3. And then 2 times 4 equals 8. So the answer is 3/8. Letter B, 2/3 times 4/5. So multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 3 times 5 equals 15. So the answer is 8/15. What about letter C? 7/10 times 1 and 1/2. So this time we're going to rename first the mixed form into an improper fraction, so that becomes 3/2, and then bring down 7/10. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 7 times 3 equals 21, and then 10 times 2 is 20. Our answer is improper, so we are going to rename it as mixed form. So divide 21 by 20. That is 1 and 1/20. What about letter D? 8 times 1/4. So whole number, we're going to rename the whole number into a fraction by just adding fraction bar and 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 8 times 1 is 8. And then 1 times 4 is 4, or 2. Okay, letter E, 3 and 1/3 times 3/5. So, rename again. 3 and 1/3 becomes 10 over 3, and then copy times 3/5. So, multiply again the numerators. 10 times 3 equals 30, and then 3 times 5 equals 50. Or, that is 2. 30 divided by 15 is 2. So the final answer is 2. Based from our activity, how do we multiply fractions? Okay, to multiply fractions, you simply multiply both the numerators or the top numbers and the denominators or the bottom numbers. For example, 1/2 times 3/4 equals 8. So multiply the numerator. 1 times 3 equals 3. And then denominators, 2 times 4 is 8. So the answer is 3/8. Letter B. What do we do when we multiply a whole number by a fraction? For example, 3 times 2/5 equals 8. Okay, to multiply a whole number by a fraction, just follow the simple steps. Number 1, write the whole number as a fraction by placing it over 1. And then multiply both the numerators or the top numbers. 3 times 2 equals 6. And then multiply both the denominators or the bottom numbers. We have 1 times 5 equals 5. Then simplify the result if needed. So the answer is 6/5. So we need to change 6/5 to a mixed form. So 6 divided by 5, we have 1 and 1/5. So that's the final answer. Letter C, What do we do when we multiply a mixed fraction with a fraction? For example, 2 and 1/3 times 4/5 equals n. Again, to multiply a mixed fraction with a fraction, follow the simple steps. First, convert the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So 2 and 1/3 becomes 2 times 3 plus 1, we have 7, and copy denominator 3. Okay? So 2 and 1/3 becomes 7/3. And then multiplied by 4/5. Next is multiply both the numerators or the top number. 7 times 4, we have 28. And then multiply both the denominators or the bottom numbers. We have 3 times 5 equals 15. Again, the answer is improper, so we're going to rename it to mixed form. So 28 divided by 15, that becomes 1 and 13 over 15. So the final answer is 1 and 13 over 15. For our unlocking content vocabulary, the word is reciprocal. So what is a reciprocal? A reciprocal is what you get when you flip a fraction. You switch the numerator or the top number and the denominator or the bottom number. It is also called a multiplicative inverse. It is a number that when multiplied by a given number, the answer is always 1. For example, for fraction, the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Whole number, reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. And for mixed number, first you have to convert the mixed form to improper fraction. So 2 and 1/2 becomes 5/2. So the reciprocal of 5/2 is 2/5. Let's try to answer the following examples. We have determined the reciprocal of the following fractions. For letter A, 5/3. The reciprocal of 5/3 is 3/5. What about 6/11? The reciprocal is 11 over 6. What about whole number 8? The reciprocal is 1/8. What about mixed form 3 and 1/5? The reciprocal is 5/16. And letter E, 3/12. The reciprocal is 12/3 or 12 over 3. For our subtopic number 1, we have dividing fractions using models. Suppose we are to solve this problem. A 1/2 meter rope will be cut from a 4-meter long rope. How many pieces of small ropes can be cut? We can visualize this problem using a fraction bar. Each fraction bar will represent a meter of rope. So if each whole fraction bar will represent a meter of rope, how many whole fraction bars should we draw? Correct, we need to draw 4 fraction bars. So since we are to create 1/2 parts, how many parts should we divide each fraction bar? Yes, correct. We are going to divide this into 2 equal parts. How many halves did we make based on the diagram? Okay, so each rectangle can be divided into 2 equal parts to create 1/2 parts. Then from the resulting fraction bars, we can say that 8 smaller ropes with lengths of 1/2 meter can be created from a 4-meter long rope. In equation, that is 4 divided by 1/2 equals 8. Let's try another problem. Lisa bought 4 pizzas. She wants to give each of her friends 2/3 slice. How many of her friends can eat the pizza? For us to solve this, let us use a pie diagram to visualize the problem. Each pie diagram represents 1 pizza. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 pizzas. Let us divide each pizza into 3 to create 1/3 parts. Okay, so on our diagram, the pie is only portioned into thirds. Going back to our problem, each friend must receive 2/3 slice. Therefore, counting 2 1/3 at a time. So 1, 2, that is 2/3. 1, 2, that is 2/3. 1, 2, another 2/3. 1, 2, another 2/3. 1, 2, another 2/3. And 1, 2, another 2/3. So if you're going to count 2/3, how many 2/3 and 4 pizzas? Okay, we have 6. Therefore, we can say that 6 friends can receive 2/3 slice of pizza. In an equation, that is 4 divided by 2/3 equals 6. Therefore, there are 6 friends that can receive 2/3 slice of pizza. Okay, work examples. Perform the following division of fractions using a diagram. So let us answer the following examples. For number 1, 3 divided by 1/4. So we are going to draw 3 pies. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to divide this into 4 equal parts. Okay, let's count how many 1/4 are there in 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Therefore, there are 12 1/4 in 3. For subtopic number 2, dividing a fraction by another fraction. Now let us fill in our table with data from our activity. Number sentence, 7 divided by 1/2. The dividend is 7. Reciprocal of the divisor, 2. And the quotient or the answer is 14. Just multiply 7 times 2 is 14. Number 2, 8 divided by 2/3. The dividend is 8. Reciprocal is 3/2. And the answer is 12. Why is it 12? 8 times 3 is 24 divided by 2. The answer is 12. 4 divided by 1/4. Dividend is 4. The reciprocal of 1/4 is 4. And then 4 times 4, we have 16. The answer is 16. 6 divided by 3/4. The dividend is 6. The reciprocal of the divisor is 4/3. Okay, so the answer is 8. So 6 times 4 is 24 divided by 3. The answer is 8. Dividing a whole number by a fraction by a whole number, or a fraction by another fraction. To divide a whole number by a fraction by a whole number, or a fraction by another fraction, we follow the following steps. Step 1, identify the divisor and take its reciprocal. Step 2, multiply the reciprocal by the original dividend. And then step 3, reduce to lowest term if possible. For our work examples, okay, for example number 1, find the quotient. 8 divided by 2/3. So, again, to divide a whole number by a fraction, we follow the following steps. Step 1, make the whole number a fraction. So, 8 over 1. And then change the sign to multiplication. Step 3, give the reciprocal of its divisor. Becomes 3/2. Step 4, apply the cross cancellation if needed. So 8 and 2, we have divisible by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then, multiply both the numerator and the denominator. 4 times 3 is 12. And then the denominators is 1 times 1 is 1. And then, change the improper fraction to mixed form. So since 12 divided by 1, that is 12. Whole number. Therefore, there are 12 2/3 in 8. Number 2, 4/5 divided by 2. So to divide a fraction by a whole number, we follow the following steps. Number 1, change the sign to multiplication. Step 2, give the reciprocal of its divisor. Becomes 1/2. Step 3, copy the dividend, 4/5. And then apply the cross cancellation method. We have 4 and 2. Their common factor is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 2 times 1 is 2. And then 5 times 1 is 5. Okay. So therefore 4/5 divided by 2 equals 2/5. Number 3, 6/7 divided by 3/5. To divide a fraction by another fraction, we follow the following steps. Step 1, change the sign to multiplication. Step 2, give the reciprocal of its divisor. Step 3, copy the dividend. And then apply the cross cancellation if needed. So 6 and 3 have common factor. We have 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 and 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. So 2 times 5 is 10 and then 7 times 1 is 7. Step 6, change the improper fraction to mixed form. So 10 divided by 7, the answer is 1 and 3/7. Therefore, 6/7 divided by 3/5 equals 1 and 3/7. Another one, dividing a mixed fraction by another fraction or mixed fraction. To divide a mixed fraction by another fraction or mixed fraction, we follow the following steps. Step 1, convert mixed fractions to improper fractions. Step 2, identify the divisor and take its reciprocal. Step 3, multiply the reciprocal to the original dividend. And step 4, reduce to the lowest term if possible. Dividing a mixed fraction by another fraction. Example, 3 and 3/4 divided by 1/4. To divide a mixed fraction by another fraction, we follow these simple steps. Step 1, convert mixed fraction to improper fraction. So 3 and 3/4 becomes 15/4. Step 2, change the division sign to multiplication. Step 3, give the reciprocal of its divisor. Step 4, apply the cross cancellation method if needed. So we have 4 and 4. The common factor is 4. So 4 divided by 4, the answer is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 15 times 1 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. So our answer is improper. So change the improper fraction to mixed form. 15/1 or 15. Therefore, there are 15 1/4 in 3 and 3/4. Dividing a whole number by a mixed fraction. Example, 9 divided by 1 and 1/2. To divide a whole number by a mixed fraction, we follow the simple steps. Step 1, change the division sign to multiplication. Step 2, convert the divisor to improper fractions and give its reciprocal. So 1 and 1/2 becomes 3/2 and the reciprocal is 2/3. Step 3, make a whole number a fraction by putting a fraction bar and 1. So 9 becomes 9/1. Step 4, apply the cross cancellation method if needed. So 9 and 3 have common factor of 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. So 3 times 2 equals 6. 1 times 1 equals 1. Again, the answer is improper fraction. So change the improper fraction to mixed form. And 6 divided by 1 is 6, whole number. Therefore, there are 6 1 and 1/2 in 9. Dividing a mixed fraction by another mixed fraction. Example, 7 and 1/3 divided by 2 and 1/5. To divide a mixed fraction by another mixed fraction, let's follow the simple steps. Step 1, convert mixed fraction to improper fraction. So 7 and 1/3 becomes 22/3. Step 2, change the division sign to multiplication. Step 3, convert the divisor to improper fractions and give its reciprocal. So 2 and 1/5 becomes 11 over 5, and the reciprocal is 5 over 11. And then, apply the cross cancellation if needed. So 22 and 11 have common factor of 11. So 22 divided by 11 is 2. 11 divided by 11 is 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 1, 3. Then change the improper fraction to mix. So 10 divided by 3, the answer is 3 and 1/3. Therefore, 7 and 1/3 divided by 2 and 1/5 equals 3 and 1/3. Okay, so there's a simple trick to help you remember how to divide fractions or whole numbers by another fractions. The KCF method. KCF method means keep, change, and flip. Okay? So step 1, keep. Keep the first number or the dividend as it is. Step 2, change the division sign to multiplication. Step 3, flip the second fraction or the divisor to take its reciprocal. And then, multiply both the numerators and the denominators, and then reduce the answer to its lowest term if possible. So let's try to answer the following examples using the KCF method. Example number 1, 10 divided by 2/5. So keep, change, flip method. Step 1, convert the dividend to improper fraction by adding fraction bar and 1. And then just keep the first number or the dividend as it is. Then change the division sign to multiplication. And then flip the second fraction or the divisor to take its reciprocal. And then apply the cross cancellation method if needed. So we have 10 and 2, their common factor is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. So 5 times 5 is 25, 1 times 1 is 1. So our answer is improper, so change the improper fraction to mixed form. 25 divided by 1 is equal to 25, and that is a whole number. Therefore, there are 25 2/5 in 10. Example number 2, 4 sevenths divided by 4. So keep, change, flip method. Step 1, keep the first number or the dividend as it is. Step 2, change the division sign to multiplication. Step 3, flip the second fraction or the divisor to take its reciprocal. Step 4, apply the cross cancellation if needed. So 4 and 4 have common factor of 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. So 1 times 1 equals 1. 7 times 1 equals 7. So our answer is final. So therefore, 4 sevenths divided by 4 is equal to 1/7. Okay, kids, it's your turn to answer the activity number 2. Divide the following equations. Okay, so number 1, 8 divided by 1/6 equals n. Number 2, 8 ninths divided by 6 equals n. Number 3, 6 sevenths divided by 3 fourteenths equals n. Number 4, 7 and 1/5 divided by 3/5 equals n. And number 5, 5 divided by 2 and 1/7 equals n. So let's continue with subtopic number 3, solving multi-step problems involving division of fractions. Now we are going to apply what we have learned in division of fractions to solve real-life word problems. So this is a group work activity. For group 1 and 2, you are going to answer health and wellness problem. The recommended dosage of vitamin C for children ages 8 to 12 is approximately 45.5 milligrams per day. How many days will a bottle of 910 milligrams of vitamin C will last? And for group 3 and 4, recipe problem, Lola Amor is making chocolate cake. Each piece of chocolate cake requires 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. How many chocolate cakes can she make if she has 14 cups of flour? But before that, how do we solve word problems? To solve problems involving fractions, we follow Polya's steps in problem solving. Step 1. Read and understand the problem. Here we are going to know what is asked in the problem and then what are the given facts or data. For step 2, after understanding, you have to plan. Plan what the operations to be used or if there is a hidden question and the equation of the problem. Number 3, solve. Perform the indicated operation and then show the step-by-step solution. For step 4, check and look back. Here you are going to check if the answer is correct by performing the indicated operation in reverse. And then step 5, express your final answer in a complete statement with appropriate units. So let's try to answer the problem assigned to groups 1 and 2. The recommended dosage of vitamin C for children ages 8 to 12 is approximately 45.5 milligrams per day. How many days will a bottle of 910 milligrams of vitamin C will last? Again, we're going to solve following the steps in solving word problem according to George Polya. Step 1, read and understand the problem. So what is asked in the problem? How many days the bottle will last? And what are the given facts or data? Vitamin C contained in the bottle is 910 milligrams. Dosage per day is 45.5 milligrams. Step 2, plan. Okay, so what is the operation to be used? We're going to use division. What is the equation of the problem? We're going to divide 910 milligrams by 45.5 milligrams. Okay, where n is the number of days. Step 3, solve. Perform the indicated operation and then show the step-by-step solution. So in our problem, we're going to look for the number of days. So n is equal to the number of days. Again, 910 divided by 45.5. We're going to change whole number to a fraction by adding fraction bar and 1. And then the mixed fraction, 45.5 becomes 91 over 2. And its reciprocal is 2 over 91. And then apply the cross cancellation method. We have 91 as the common factor. 910 divided by 91 is 10. And then 91 divided by 91 is 1. Then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 10 times 2 is 20. 1 times 1 is 1 or 20. Step 4, check and look back. So to check your answer, just perform the indicated operation in reverse. So we use division and now we're going to use the opposite of division is multiplication. So 910 equals 20 times 45.5. 20 becomes a fraction, so 20 over 1. And then the mixed form 45.5 becomes improper fraction, 91 over 2. So apply the cross cancellation method. We have common factor of 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then multiply. 10 times 91 is 910. 1 times 1 is 1. Or 910 equals 910. So the answer is correct. Step 5. Express your final answer in a complete statement with appropriate units. So our question was, how many days will a bottle of 910 milligrams of vitamin C will last? Our answer, in complete statement with appropriate units, a 910 milligrams bottle of vitamin C will last 20 days. And to solve the problem assigned to groups 3 and 4, Lola Amor is making chocolate cake. Each piece of chocolate cake requires 1 and 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. How many chocolate cakes can she make if she has 14 cups of flour? Again, following the steps in solving word problem according to George Polya, the step 1 is read and understand the problem. What is asked in the problem? How many chocolate cakes can Lola make? What are the given facts? Amount of flour Lola Amor has. 14 cups. Flour for each chocolate cake, 1 and 3/4 milligrams. Step 2. Plan. What is the operation to be used? Okay, division. What is the equation of the problem? Okay, so n equals 14 divided by 1 and 3/4, where n is the number of chocolate cakes. Step 3. Solve. Perform the indicated operation and then show the step-by-step solution. Okay, the equation is 14 divided by 1 and 3/4 equals n, where n is the number of chocolate cakes. Okay, so we're going to divide 14 divided by 1 and 3/4, change the whole number of fraction by putting a fraction bar and 1, and then change the mixed form into an improper fraction and its reciprocal 4/7. And then apply the cross cancellation method. We have 14 and 7. That is 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Then 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 8/1 or 8. Step 4. Check and look back. So to check your answer, just perform the indicated operation in reverse. Okay, our answer was 8. And we will multiply 8 by 1 and 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour to get 14 cups of flour. Okay, so 8 becomes improper fraction by adding fraction bar and 1. And then the mixed fraction 1 and 3/4 becomes improper fraction, which is 7/4. And then we will apply the cross cancellation method, which is uh, 8 and 4 have a common factor of 4. So 8 divided by 4, we have 2, and 4 divided by 4, we have 1. And then multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 1 is 1, or 14. So 14 is equal to 14. So it means to say that our answer is correct. Step 5. Express your final answer in a complete statement with appropriate units. Our question was, how many chocolate cakes can she make if she has 14 cups of flour? Our final answer, Lola Amor can make 8 chocolate cakes. So we have more sample word problems involving two operations. So for example number 1, two cakes of the same size are served during a birthday party. The first cake has 1/2 slice left, while the other cake has 3/4 slice left. The birthday celebrant divided all cakes into 1/8 slices. How many slices of cake were made? Number 2. Lito is selling peanuts. He has 15 cups of peanuts and he puts 1 1/2 cups for every bag. If he sells each bag for 55 pesos, how much will Lito earn? So how to answer word problems involving two operations? Again, we will follow Polya's steps in problem solving. Step 1. Read and understand the problem. So what is asked in the problem? How many slices of cake will be made? What are the given facts or data? Part left on the first cake is 1/2 slice. Part left on the second cake is 3/4 slice. And the cakes will be divided into 1/8 slices. Step 2. Plan. What are the operations to be used? So in our problem, we will use two operations, addition and division. And since we have two operations involved, we need to answer the hidden question number 1. And that is, how many slices are there in all if we add the slices left for the first cake and the second cake. And then the equation, n equals open parenthesis 1/2 plus 3/4 close parenthesis divided by 1/8, where n is the number of slices. Step 3. Solve. Perform the indicated operation and then show the step-by-step solution. So our equation was n equals open parenthesis 1/2 plus 3/4 close parenthesis divided by 1/8. So step 1, we will do the operation inside the parenthesis first. So that is addition. So 1/2 plus 3/4. Since our fraction is dissimilar, we need to change them to similar fractions by finding their common denominator, which is 4. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, times 1 is 2, and then 4 divided by 4 is 1, times 3 equals 3. Then add the numerators. 2 plus 3 equals 5, and then copy the denominator 4. So 1 half plus 3 fourths equals 5 fourths. Okay, so that's the answer for our step 1. Then let's go to the next step, which is step 2. Now we will divide, 5 fourths divided by 1 half. Okay, and then divide fraction by another fraction. So again, keep the dividend, which is 5 fourths, and then change the sign to multiplication, and then flip the divisor, so 1/8 becomes 8 over 1. Okay, 5 fourths times 8 over 1, and then apply the cross cancellation. We have 8 and 4, so the common factor of 8 and 4 is 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2, 4 divided by 4 is 1, and then multiply both the numerators and the denominator. So 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 10. Step 4. Check and look back. To check your answer, just perform the indicated operation in reverse. So step 1, we will use multiplication. 10, which is the answer, times 1/8 slices. Okay, so 10 over 1 times 1/8. We will cancel 10 and 8. Okay, apply the cross cancellation method. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and then 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then multiply 5 times 1, we have 5. 1 times 4 is 4. So the answer is 5 fourths. And then we'll subtract this one by 3 fourths, which is the slice of cake left. So 5 fourths minus 3 fourths. Since they are already similar fractions, we can subtract right away the numerator. So 5 minus 3 is 2, and copy denominator 4. And we will change our answer to its simplest form. So 2 fourths or 1 half. Step 5. Express your final answer in a complete statement with appropriate units. So the question was, how many slices of cake were made? And our answer, the celebrant can make 10 slices of 1/8 portion of cake. Problem number 2. Lito is selling peanuts. He has 15 cups of peanuts and he puts 1 1/2 cups for every bag. If he sells each bag for 55 pesos, how much will Lito earn? Again, to answer this question, we have to follow the Polya steps in solving word problem. Step number 1, read and understand the problem. What is asked in the problem? How much will Lito earn if he sells each bag for 55 pesos? What are the given facts or data? We have Lito has 15 cups of peanuts. Each bag contains 1 1/2 cup of peanuts, and each bag of peanuts costs 55 pesos. Step 2, plan. What are the operations to be used? Okay, for this problem, there are two operations involved, division and multiplication. What is the hidden question? Okay, since we have two operations involved, there is one hidden question, and that is, how many bags of 1 1/2 cups of peanuts can he make for the 15 cups of peanuts? And then the equation of the problem, n equals, open parenthesis, 15 divided by 1 1/2, close parenthesis, times 55. And n is how much Lito will earn. Step 3, solve. Perform the indicated operation and then show the step-by-step solution. So for our equation, n equals, open parenthesis, 15 divided by 1 1/2, close parenthesis, times 55 pesos. Okay, so step 1, do the operation inside the parentheses, and that is 15 divided by 1 and 1 half, and that becomes 15 over 1, and then the reciprocal 2/3. Okay, so cross cancel 15 and 3, we have 5, and then 3, we have 1. And then 5 times 2 is 10, and then 1 times 1 is 1 or 10. Okay, so step 2, we have 10 times 55. Okay, so 55 times 10, we have 550. Therefore, N is equal to 550 pesos. Step 4, check and look back. So to check your answer, just perform the indicated operation in reverse. Step 1, we are going to divide since we use multiplication. So 550 divided by 55 is 10. So there are 10 bags of peanuts. And then for step 2, we will multiply. Okay, 10 times 1 and 1 half. Of course, we change fraction to improper fraction and then the whole number as a fraction. Then cross cancel. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Multiply both the numerators and the denominators. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. So 15 over 1 or 15. Therefore, 15 is equal to 15. So our answer is correct. Step 5. Express your final answer in a complete statement with appropriate units. So our question was, how much will it earn if he sells each bag for 55 pesos? Okay, so our answer is Lito will earn 550 pesos if he sells its bag for 55 pesos. For your work example, read and understand each problem. Express in the lowest term if necessary, affix appropriate units. So number 1 problem, a doctor recommended that Nelly takes 25 and 1/4 ml of medicine every day to be better. How many days will 1010 ml of medicine last if Nelly follows the doctor's prescription? Number 2, a baker made a vanilla cake. 1/4 of the cake was bought by a customer. If the baker wanted to divide the remaining cake into 112 portions, how many servings would he be able to make? Number 3, Sheila will repack 5 and 2/5 kilograms of salt into small packs in such a way that each pack contains 3/10 kilograms. If each small pack is sold for 20 pesos, how much will Sheila earn?